The golf world just received an unexpected update that has fans genuinely concerned. Rory McIlroy, the back-to-back Masters champion, the man who was supposed to be flying high heading into the PGA Championship at Aronimink, just walked off the course. After only 3 holes, he was limping. He removed his shoe, and then he left the practice round in a golf cart. His preparation for the second major of the year suddenly in doubt. What happened? Not a back injury, not a wrist problem. Something far more bizarre, a blister underneath the nail of his pinky toe. The 37-year-old admitted he had softened it up in the shower and just ripped it off. Amateur surgery that left him questioning whether he could even play. This is the same Rory McIlroy who admitted he struggled after last year's Masters win, finishing T47 at the PGA Championship. Is history about to repeat itself? This is Golfio. For more coverage in golf, subscribe and hit the notification bell. The scene at Aronimink Golf Club outside Philadelphia was supposed to be routine. Tuesday afternoon, a relaxed practice round. Rory McIlroy, fresh off his historic back-to-back Masters victory, was on the course with a handful of reporters watching his every move. He had already done his pre-tournament press conference, laughing about his schedule and his preparation. Everything seemed normal. Then, after just 3 holes, everything changed. McIlroy was seen limping on the 3rd hole. At one point, he stopped and removed his right shoe and sock, trying to find relief. The discomfort was visible. The practice round, which he had planned to extend to 9 holes, came to an abrupt halt on the 4th tee. He got into a golf cart and left the course. For a player of McIlroy's stature, the defending champion? No, that's Scottie Scheffler. But McIlroy is the 2-time PGA Championship winner, 2012, 2014, and the hottest player in golf. His sudden departure sent shockwaves through the media center. The speculation was immediate. Back injury again? He had withdrawn from the Arnold Palmer Invitational in March with back spasms. Was this a recurrence? The golf world held its breath. And then the truth emerged. It was not a back problem. It was not a wrist issue. It was a blister. On his pinky toe. On his right foot. The BBC's golf correspondent confirmed the bizarre injury. Rory McIlroy abandoned a practice round after only 3 holes, abruptly halting his preparations for the U.S. PGA Championship, which starts on Thursday at Aronimink near Philadelphia. The report read, the Masters champion was suffering discomfort in his right foot, hours after revealing that he had removed the nail on his little toe earlier this week. For a player chasing his 7th major title, the timing could not have been worse. The PGA Championship is the only major McIlroy has won twice, 2012 at Kiowa Island, 2014 at Valhalla. He has not won it since. And now, with his body, or at least his toe, betraying him, the question shifted from, can he win, to, can he even play? What made this injury so unexpected and so bizarre was how McIlroy chose to handle it. Hours before his ill-fated practice round, he sat in front of reporters at Aronimink and casually described his home remedy for the blister. Softened it up in the shower and just ripped it off, the Masters champion laughed, before removing his sock to show off the results of his surgical handiwork. Yes, you heard that correctly. The world's 2nd-ranked player, a 6-time major champion, a man who has earned nearly $115 million in career prize money, performed surgery on himself with nothing more than hot water and his own fingers. He pulled off his own toenail. It's underneath my nail, so I can't really get to it. So it's a little sore, but I'll be all right, he told reporters days earlier at the Truist Championship, where the blister first formed on Friday, May 8th. The injury itself is minor in the grand scheme of athletic ailments, a blister. But the location, under the nail of the smallest toe on his right foot, made it uniquely painful. Every step he took during a round of golf, especially walking downhill when his foot slides forward in his shoe, would aggravate the tender skin. McIlroy admitted that he realized the problem was more serious than he anticipated. Yesterday was painful, he said, after his abbreviated practice round. But today I was pleasantly surprised by how good it felt. It is not a shot type that causes the pain. It is just walking downhill when your foot slides into the end of your shoe. That is when it gives me a bit of bother. His solution, beyond amateur nail removal, was practical. He would go up half a size in his golf shoes, moving to a softer, wider style with more room in the toe box. He would also use a separator between his pinky toe and 4th toe to prevent them from rubbing together, and bandage the area for protection. For a player who has dealt with back spasms, wrist issues, and the mental toll of chasing the career Grand Slam, a blister seems almost comically mundane. But as any athlete knows, even the smallest physical issue can derail a major championship run. Just ask Tiger Woods, who played through pain for years, but never, famously, a blister. The toe injury was not the only unexpected update from McIlroy ahead of the PGA Championship. There was also the matter of the Champions' Dinner. On Tuesday evening, Scottie Scheffler, the defending PGA champion, hosted the annual Champions' Dinner at Aronimink. Brooks Koepka was there. Justin Thomas was there. Xander Schauffele was there. But one notable name was missing: Rory McIlroy. McIlroy's absence was conspicuous, especially given the context. Just last month, McIlroy himself hosted the Masters Champions Dinner at Augusta National, a dinner notably missing Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson due to their respective absences from the tournament. McIlroy had lamented their absence then, calling it a shame and saying, "I want to make sure that they're acknowledged as well." Now, he was the one missing. To be clear, McIlroy's absence was not a snub. There is no history of animosity between McIlroy and Scheffler. In fact, McIlroy spent part of his pre-tournament press conference praising the world number one. It's his relentlessness, the comfort in which he does the same things over and over, McIlroy said when asked what impresses him about Scheffler. It's that relentless pursuit of the process, and not just letting the outcome happen. I think his faith has a big part to do with how comfortable he is with doing that, because he accepts whatever happens. The more likely explanation for McIlroy's absence is simple. He was managing the toe injury. A formal dinner with formal shoes would not have been comfortable. And with the first round looming on Thursday, McIlroy prioritized rest and recovery over social obligations. Fair enough. But the absence, combined with his abbreviated practice round, fueled the narrative that something was off. Golf Channel's Todd Lewis, reporting from Aronimink, tried to calm the waters. He revealed that McIlroy was using a toe separator and bandaging the area, and had been fitted for new shoes. He is not worried about that little piggy, Lewis assured viewers. But the concern among fans remained. After all, this is the same Rory McIlroy who admitted he struggled after last year's Masters win, finishing T47 at the 2025 PGA Championship at Quail Hollow. Is history about to repeat itself? To understand why fans are so concerned about a blister, you have to understand McIlroy's history of post-Masters struggles. Last year, after finally completing the career Grand Slam with his 2025 Masters victory, McIlroy arrived at the PGA Championship at Quail Hollow. He stod for TD, the same course where he had won the Truist Championship in 2024 and was never in contention. He finished T47, a stunning fall from grace. The lull of motivation that he had feared became a reality. I came into this tournament last year a little bit sort of uncertain of what my future was, just like I conquered this thing that I wanted to conquer for so long, and I was a little bit, I still hadn't really reset goals or found whatever that motivation was to keep going or go forward and set myself goals for the rest of my career, McIlroy admitted this week. It probably took me a good few months to get to that point. Coming into this tournament feels a lot different than what it did last year. I feel like I've got some nice, clear road ahead to try to get some more of these majors. That's the key difference. Last year, McIlroy was emotionally drained. He had achieved everything. He was searching for purpose. This year, he is hungry. He has his motivation back. He has a clear road ahead. But the body, specifically his right pinky toe, is not cooperating. McIlroy's selective schedule has been part of his strategy. He has played fewer events this year than in previous seasons, mirroring the approach of Tiger Woods in his prime. He skipped the RBC Heritage after the Masters. He skipped the Cadillac Championship at Trump National Doral to attend a state dinner at the White House for King Charles III. He played only the Truist Championship at Quail Hollow as a tune-up. Finishing T19, the plan was sound. Rest, recover. Peak for the majors. But you cannot plan for a blister. You cannot plan for the bizarre reality of pulling off your own toenail in the shower. McIlroy's body, for all his careful management, has a mind of its own. The condensed major schedule, with the PGA Championship now in May, just 4 weeks after the Masters, has been a factor in McIlroy's struggles. It's a much more condensed schedule than it used to be, McIlroy said. We used to go from April to the end of August. It's now April to the middle of July. That's why I need to, especially after the last couple of years, take the time after the Masters to reset and decompress. He has done that. The rest is there. Now, he just needs his toe to cooperate. So what happens now? Rory McIlroy has an unexpected toe injury, an abbreviated practice round, and history working against him. But he also has a clear head. a new shoe size, and a toe separator. Let me break down 3 possibilities for how this plays out at Aronimink. Possibility 1. The toe is a non-issue, and McIlroy contends. This is the optimistic scenario. McIlroy has already stated that he was pleasantly surprised by how his foot felt on Wednesday. He has the separator. He has the larger shoes. He has been fitted for a softer, wider style. The blister is superficial. The pain is manageable. By Thursday morning, he will be ready to go. And if McIlroy is healthy, truly healthy, he is one of the 2 or 3 best players in the world. His major record speaks for itself. 6 wins, including 2 at this very championship. A 7th major is well within reach. Possibility 2. The toe is a lingering issue, but McIlroy plays through it. This is the gritty scenario. The blister does not heal completely. Every walk downhill, every step on the 7,600-yard Aronimink course sends a jolt of pain through his right foot. But McIlroy, who has dealt with back injuries, wrist issues, and the pressure of a nation on his shoulders, refuses to quit. He plays through the pain. He may not win. He may not even contend. But he finishes the tournament, and he gains respect for his toughness. Possibility 3. The toe forces a withdrawal. This is the nightmare scenario, and, admittedly, the least likely. McIlroy has already stated that the injury is totally fine. He expects to play, but if the pain worsens, if the blister becomes infected, if the amateur nail removal causes complications, he could be forced to withdraw. That would be a devastating blow to the tournament and to McIlroy's season. It would also add another chapter to his post-Masters struggles. After the triumph of April, the disappointment of May would be crushing. My final take is this. The unexpected Rory McIlroy update has fans concerned, but not panicked. A blister is not a back injury. A toe problem is not a wrist problem. McIlroy will play at Aronimink. The question is whether he will play well. His history of post-Masters struggles is real. His motivation is back. His body is mostly healthy. But the toe adds an element of uncertainty that no one saw coming. The golf world will be watching every step he takes, and hoping that his little piggy does not derail what could be a historic run. This is Golfio. If you made it to the end of this video, you care about the real stories behind the game. Subscribe to this channel for more deep dives into the moments that matter, and leave a comment below. Will Rory McIlroy's toe injury affect his chances at the PGA Championship? I will see you in the next video. For more coverage in golf, subscribe and hit the notification bell.